Views expressed by Casters Guild members are only the opinions of that member, and that could change from day to day. Guild members may use mature language, but that in no way means they are mature. Listener discretion is advised.
After 140 episodes of Campaign 2, could you really sit through a 7-hour finale? You could certainly try. But what is really important is, are we done with Critical Role, or are we impatiently waiting for Campaign 3? I guess what I'm really saying is, how do you want to do this? Because that's the spell we're casting tonight on Casters Guild. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode of Casters Guild. I am your guild master and victim of the Matt Mercer effect, Rick Perry.
And I am your guild master, Baron. I'm pretty sure Rick just stole my line, Kane.
And joining us tonight is a returning guild member and a new one. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name is Anthony. I am San Regal fanboy number 4.
And I am Josh, critter extraordinaire, and I just like Critical Role. Yeah.
And in case you couldn't figure it out, tonight we're talking about the Adventure Zone.
Yes. Yep. Wait. Not Dungeons and Daddies?
Wow.
Oh shit. Well, guys, I haven't seen a lot of Critical Role, so I'm gonna have to get out of here.
I am from the Baronies.
But tonight we're talking Critical Role.
All right, good talk.
Yep. So, guys, good job.
Yeah, just as a heads up, I am 3 hours from finishing Campaign 2. I am like halfway through that 7-hour sit down. I was literally watching it before I logged on here. So
it's a trek. It is a journey. I watched it. So I never watch it live. I always watch it the Wednesday before an episode comes out. But I couldn't help myself. I watched the first 3 hours up until break, and then the next day finished it. I couldn't wait. I didn't want to wait for spoilers. I had to watch it.
I'm used to be consistent watching it every single Monday once it uploaded to YouTube, and work life kind of got ahead of me. But I've been watching it since episode 4 of Campaign 1 fairly consistently because my buddy was like, "Oh, hey, you like Chris Perkins, right? Hey, check out this thing." I've been watching since all the cringe production, and now that they have their own studio and all this, it's great. It's been a great ride to kind of watch them evolve with their company from just being like, just this little thing that they probably thought were going to fail, but they're like, whatever, we're going to give it a shot, until like what it is now after the Kickstarter of a multi-million-dollar animation campaign.
The cutest thing in the world is watching in the beginning them getting people subscribing to their Twitch. And like they broke the 1,000 and they're like, "Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah,
it's crazy." It was like,
you're so cute.
Oh, and their dancing parties. That was
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Those were absolutely amazing.
I still remember the Matt Mercer whenever he was what is it? It's always clipped. Or not clipped, but it was always just kind of, it pops up in my feed, whether it be Reddit or Facebook, of him dancing solo and just people like laughing behind him, the rest of the cast. It's so great.
And I am halfway through episode 10 of Campaign 2 and am unsure if I'm going to continue.
How long have you been on episode 10?
For about a month and a half. So
It is a trek. If it makes you feel better, I exclusively watch it at 1.25 speed.
I have been, when I do listen to it, I usually listen to it like at max volume on my headphones while I'm mowing my lawn. But I've got a little bit more.
That's a hell of a lawn.
It's a little more than an acre. So like it is, I do need something to do while doing it. And once I ran out of episodes of Acquisitions Incorporated, I began listening to Critical Role. So I don't know. I'm mowing my lawn tomorrow, so maybe I'll actually finish episode 10.
I usually listen to you guys whenever I'm doing yard work.
Aw.
I guess it's a good segue, Acquisition Incorporated, because I mean, really, that's how they kind of paved the way maybe not them, but like that group really paved the way for Critical Role to kind of be a thing, right? You know, they're the ones that are like, yeah, sure, we'll give this a shot. 5e just came out. Let's give it a try. And then, you know, them, and then Adventure Zone. Hold on, did Adventure Zone come out first?
That game started back when they were still in 4th edition.
Oh, did they really? I didn't.
Yes,
I thought they started.
No, the whole thing with Acquisitions Incorporated was Mike Krahulik. Mike Krahulik had never played D&D before. And Jerry thought it would be a really cool idea to record his experience, start playing D&D.
Yeah.
And since they got Chris Perkins as the DM, there were even a couple times when they were kind of halfway advertising 4th edition products through the campaign of Acquisitions Incorporated. But that was back when it was just like a podcast. Like there was no VOD, there was no video, there didn't record it, and like there were no live shows, like it was just a podcast. Now, once they actually were playing it like live on stage and like recording it live, it had switched to 5th edition by then. But Acquisitions started 4th edition.
Well, Critical Role technically started as Pathfinder. You know, whenever they started recording is when they were just switching to 5th edition. So that's why whenever you listen to, you know, campaign 1 versus campaign 2, they're still just like, I don't know what I'm doing. We're figuring this out, guys. Like, obviously Matt Mercer had like a hand on it, but everybody else was like,
what's the them trying to like say like, oh, what's this skill? What's that skill? And then like, oh, I think that's investigation in this one. Like, what's the, you know, because I mean, that's the kind of the situation I had when I was in 5th edition or going to 5th edition too, because I went from 3.5 and I went over to Pathfinder. We started my home campaign with Pathfinder, and then we went over to 5th edition as well. And so like trying to find the differences of what this is versus this, it's not that big of a difference, but like there's definitely a small learning curve. Well, terminology is a small learning curve. The overarching use of the game is a fairly large learning curve. But on the other end of the spectrum, like it's a lot easier to understand, I think, after you get past that little hump.
I agree. 5th edition is definitely, I'm not going to say watered down. I'm going to say streamlined version of D&D for people who have never played D&D before. As someone I started with Pathfinder, and then I played 3.5, and then got into 5th edition. It was definitely easier to learn. 3.5 and Pathfinder are crunchy, and I love it. Like, you can make exactly who you want to make, but I feel like you can technically still do that with 5th edition. It's just more based in the roleplay aspect.
Yeah, and I think it makes it better for like creating content like Critical Role did. Is the 5th edition just, I don't know, I just think it does it better. I mean, this kind of, they did a lot better with what 4th edition didn't do well with. They tried to make it very content oriented because they made it like a video game, but really, I really like the way that 5th edition does it. And I really think that Critical Role couldn't have done as well as they did if 5th edition didn't have that kind of streamline of ability and make it so it's so easy for their new fans to kind of be able to not only just consume the content, but then go out and get the content, play the game, and then immerse themselves further in that community.
Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. 4th edition was a great miniatures game.
Yeah.
That being said, I say that from a place of love, because I really started playing Dungeons and Dragons in 4th edition, and I still love 4th edition. I will defend 4th edition till the day that I die. I will die on this hill.
I'll take the blame for that one.
And I'm still waiting for the day that, like, okay, Baron, what do you want to do on the podcast? And he goes, all right, you're going to have 2 hours where I'm just going to demolish 4th edition, and you have to defend it. But yeah, it's a great miniatures game. It's not good for telling a story to somebody who's watching. If you were to do a Critical Role style campaign or something like that for 4th edition, you would have to have a camera on a miniatures map with a very clear indication of where everyone is and what's going on at all times. And it just wouldn't go over as well.
I speak from a place of ignorance when I say that I've never played 4th edition. I'm not gonna say I've only exclusively heard bad things about it, but that's the reason I went from 3.5 to 5th edition and just skip 4th because I bought into the negative hype. You can absolutely change my mind because I have no real opinion on it, and I'm always willing to learn. I skipped it.
If you love playing Dungeons and Dragons for the story, then it's probably not for you. It's like it's got its place, and I love it for what it is. But if you're already in 5th edition, I mean, it says a lot. Like I said, I love 4th edition, but my Sunday game that I run every Sunday is 5th edition. You know, it's still 4th edition basically isn't Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, like it's got all the same characters and all the same names and stuff like that. But it like I said, it's a great miniatures game.
Hey, listen, if I can still be a murder hobo, fuck it, I'm down.
Oh yeah, you could definitely be a murder hobo in 4th edition. It's almost built for it.
Yeah,
I think that's most a campaign too, right? I mean, it's murder hobo with emotion.
They have Jor House.
More emotion. Yeah. What? I had a question and I can't remember what it is now. Shit.
Yay, tangents.
Yeah. We'll just edit this out in post, right?
You know,
unless I think it's funny enough, and then I'll just leave it.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna follow that up with something completely off topic. Yeah. I'm just now noticing everybody here has an amazing beard. I'm just like,
Oh, look at that mustache, though.
I mean, you got it. That's the only thing I can grow, so I can at least do that right?
If I learned anything from Dexter's Laboratory, it's the beard on the inside, not the beard on the outside that counts.
You know what? That speaks to the heart.
And
let me check. No.
To be fair, we had these illustrations done, and our illustrator added those beards, and we were completely clean shaven before they gave us these illustrations, and then we had to grow the beard to match.
We had to catch up. Yeah.
There was so much Rogaine involved. It's insane. I saw the receipts.
If we're gonna make a public appearance, people are gonna expect beards. We gotta get on this.
Really, the great thing is like the dye that you used, Baron, to match the striping. Yeah, and also like the blue and the purple. Also, do you ever take that top hat off, Rick?
You know, just to shower, but I make sure nobody ever sees it. You know,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, just black out all your windows.
Exactly.
Really, if you have to black out your windows to take a shower, it's a whole other issue. But that's fine. Fun fact: did you know that Molly Mock was actually not intended to be a second campaign character?
Okay. No, I was not aware.
So it was in a D&D Beyond interview, and Taliesin was saying that he was actually thinking up that character in case his first campaign character died, Percy.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, It sure is unfortunate that it was Molly Mock who died, though. I mean, I guess not unfortunate because it made great story. So
really makes me wonder, how much of this did he kind of have, Matt, how much did he have kind of planned out for the second campaign? Because really, I don't know, he does it really well and make it sound like he had the whole thing planned out, which really, I don't know, I could definitely off the cuff come up with some really great things for my campaign.
I think I heard them on record, like Taliesin, say that none of that was planned. But at the same time, I've run games before, and I've had players who want their characters to have a dramatic death, and we play it out. We have things. It may not be planned. It may not be scripted out, but there could be a plan. Be like, okay, if you really want to go over and play Caduceus, then we can go ahead and get rid of Molly this game. We can make Ashley Birch feel like shit and move on.
She's so adorable.
She is.
Yeah, I'm not as caught up as two of our members here. I'm at the Yasha and Bo love fest. That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the ninja fight.
Yeah, hot dogs in action.
Yeah, hot dogs in action. just wieners flying everywhere.
Which reminds me, my favorite episode. I'll say right now, I haven't watched near enough of the first campaign. I haven't been a fan of the first campaign.
I love the first campaign.
Their characters grate me. They're all the horrible people.
They are, and that is the point of campaign 1. And Taliesin himself said that nobody was supposed to like Percy. Percy's just a shitty person, and everybody just loved Percy. So
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah,
get it.
it's like what Friends, the show Friends.
Like
They're
Friends.
all, yeah. I mean, they're all terrible people. Like you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to like them as people. They're just supposed to entertain you.
I disagree. I agree that Friends are all terrible people.
Joey,
They wrote the show. They wanted you to like those people. They wanted you to like. They thought they were likable. It is very later that people realize, no, they're terrible people. Now, Always Sunny was created with the intention that these are all terrible people. Recognize that they are terrible people. Now enjoy the show.
Man, that's probably why I don't like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, man,
also like The
my
Office.
campaign is Always Sunny in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Oh God,
That's funny.
I hate it.
I see.
There's no-
Anthony spacing out right now.
That's cute.
Oh, my favorite episode. Because you brought up the Love Fest. My favorite episode is when Caleb introduced the tower.
That was good.
It was so good because I live for shit like that. When I'm a player and when I'm a game master, I live for shit. When people make stuff like that, or they want to better the world that they're living in by creating something like that, like a town, a house, like design your house, design your home. I love it.
I took it a step further and started building terrain, and it's been a downhill struggle ever since.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I can definitely agree. Whenever Liam just pulled out the list, it's like, okay, here's what it looks like. Fantastic. I think my favorite episode is probably campaign 1, the beach episode, where they go to the beach and Tyrion Darrington rips off the patch from his cloak and locks the 2 hounds into Vex and Percy's room, and they just shit on everything and just tear everything up, and it's just this wild, crazy, absolute spontaneous moment of just pure chaos and hijinks, and it's fantastic.
Always Sunny, yeah.
And I think that's what I loved a lot about campaign 1 is that it was filled with those moments, especially with people like Scanlan and Grog in the mix. Like Scanlan drinking the love potion, it was like even Matt Mercer just tore up his sheet for the night. It was like, well, I guess we're doing this now. It was just nobody could have expected it to go down like that, and yet it did. And he was just like, okay, cool, we're doing this now. And now Scanlan's trying to fuck Percy.
I think that for me personally, I think that Critical Role has not only just been a great way to consume very engaging content, but as a dungeon master, it's been like, oh man, this is a great way to. It's been great inspiration. That being said, and this is a terrible thing to call it, but like the Matt Mercer effect is definitely a thing, and something that I've also suffered with when I first started, but like after watching Critical Role for the first 24 episodes or something, tried to pivot my dungeon master kind of style to that. And while there's definitely things I've picked up that have consistently been a great addition, I guess the negative impacts, because first of all, my players never asked me to be Matt Mercer. And I know a lot of players that would have after watching Critical Role, but you kind of get down on yourself because you can't off the cuff tell these amazing intricate stories, or your prep work isn't nearly as good, or your encounters aren't nearly as deadly, or they don't have that same impact. But it's a hard thing to get through, and once you realize oh, this is a game, that whenever you get to that point, I think it's just really you stop treating it like a job, I guess, is where I was getting to. Don't use Critical Role is to what was it? Critical Role is to D&D like porn is to sex. You watch it because it's great, but you're not getting with those people.
I have masturbated to Critical Role many times. Is
Yeah,
that what-
I mean,
is that
fanfic's great.
the point you're trying to make?
I think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who
Was
needs
it-
fanfic when you have imagination? And speaking of porn, no, I kind of piggybacking off that topic. It's one of those things that, yes, I will agree. The Matt Mercer effect is 100% a thing, and kind of you said it yourself, trying to incorporate the same tactics that Matt Mercer uses, and for a while I tried to do that as well. And it made me learn, and this is something that applies to all aspects of life, that comparison is the thief of joy. You know, you like you said, begin to treat it like a job, and then it just doesn't become fun anymore. You feel like you're not good enough. I've never had a player who was just like, this isn't good enough. Like, it's something that I hold myself to those standards. And when I finally was like, you know what? I will never be Matt Mercer, and I got to stop trying to be Matt Mercer. And so I just make shitty, goofy campaigns, and everybody has fun.
I will toss this out there to any dungeon masters listening right now. Yeah, if you ever, I've never had a player do this to me. But if you ever have a player come to you, and I know this has been said before, and if they come to you and say, "Why can't you be more like Matt Mercer?" Ask them why they can't be more like Travis Willingham.
Oh, please be more like Travis Willingham.
Why can't you play like Sam Riegel?
Right.
See, they play. See, they want to be like Travis Willingham, but they play spellcasters like Marisha Ray. That's right. I said it. Read your spells, Marisha. I'm sorry. Marisha is absolutely amazing. I love her to death. She's incredible. She just has a very strong habit of either not paying attention or not being prepared, or just kind of misinterpreting things. And that's why Bo is perfect for her, because all she has to do is pop, I punch, I run around, I do some dope monk shit, I end my turn.
Her note taking though is impeccable.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly,
That's what I want. I want a player like that. It has nothing to do with the. Go ahead.
I'll also give her credit, because I normally play spellcasters. I am normally the wizard, the sorcerer, the warlock. And every once in a while, I'll play a monk. As a matter of fact, in Baron's most recent campaign, I played a monk. And I found that complicated. I was like, I can spend key points to what? So, like, if she was struggling with spellcaster and then found her groove with monk, like, I'll give her credit.
Right. Yeah, more
Yeah,
power
people's
to
got their own strengths as far as that goes. I mean, shit. Like, don't even you hand me a paladin, I'm just gonna be like, nope.
Too many spells. Man. You want to talk? If you want to say a wizard's got too many goddamn spells, look at a cleric and a paladin, because a cleric and paladin get all of their spells. You don't choose. Oh, you get this many spells. You get them all. Fuck that. But before we get too far away from it, I do want to say, you said you accepted that you'll never be Matt Mercer, but I do want to say that to all dungeon masters out there, including those of the cast, no, you never will be Matt Mercer. But I also guarantee you there are ways that Matt Mercer will never be you.
Yep.
There are ways that you are a better.
You hear that, Matt? You hear that, Matt? You're never going to be me.
I'm sure he's ruining the day now.
Yeah,
damn.
And I think that my favorite thing about Matt Mercer is that he would actually be happy about that and happy for you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's such a
his appearance on JoJo Cat's fucking.
Oh yeah, the DM.
The DM guy.
Yeah.
So maybe if you just took the time to engage with your players. Shut up, Matt Mercer. Oh,
oh man,
that's the show.
Matt Mercer will throw pool noodles at you from the corner.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Matt Mercer is such a genuine human being.
Yeah.
Oh man, Baron, I'm not going to spoil anything for you because it happens at the very end of. But like,
I saw like this much, and I was like, nope, I know what that is. Boop.
Yeah, no, and it's not. If anybody's gonna watch anything Critical Role, watch the very last 5 minutes of the episode, and you will see genuinely how they are, how good friends they are, and how much they love not only the game but each other. This is why I watch Critical Role, because it's all genuine. They're all just hanging out, having a good time, and making lots of fucking money.
Yeah. that was the thing where you were talking about earlier about how, if it becomes a job, it starts to not be fun. Well, a lot of the benefit that these guys have is that it literally is their job now.
Mm-hmm.
They can take the time to put into preparing, like Matt can take the time to put into preparing these campaigns, and he has Dwarven Forge backing him up and throwing minis at him, and he has all, they all have, they all have D&D Beyond and all the books. They have Wizards of the Coast. It's like you as a normal dungeon master working a 9-to-5 job cannot hope to have the resources that these guys do. So keep that in mind when you forget to prep and you have to run this whole game improv.
Absolutely. And not just that, but they're all experienced voice actors. Like, whenever I'm a dungeon master, my NPCs have like three to four accents, and that's about it.
They switch between the two, or between the other two.
And then the three, they have both masculine and feminine versions of those voices. And then so like 6 different voices. That's good for me. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And also when I'm in character, I'm not like recently I played somebody with like a heavy Eastern European accent, and so I'm talking like this, and then sometimes God, all right. I have to just like take a break from that for a moment. These people are consistently keeping it up, and that's why they're go ahead.
It is. Yeah. If anybody hasn't done this yet, go back to the first episode and watch it again. You'll see how much Knott's voices change. I mean, Taliesin.
That was like Irish, right, or something like that, or like some
who Knott.
Yeah.
No, Knott was like it was straight out of Monty Python, British woman.
Yeah, okay,
played by Michael Palin.
From someone who's still on episode 10 can confirm.
The voice accent is completely lost, by the way. Eventually,
I've been working on all of my Chris Sabat voices, so now a bunch of my characters sound like the Wish version of All Might and Vegeta.
The Wish version.
Yeah, because I'm not a voice actor, so.
Well, even just to kind of co-sign on what you were saying, Josh, is they not only have they just been experienced voice actors, but they've also played these characters. Not the characters that they're playing Critical Role. They've also done that, but they've played like hundreds of different characters over all the acting that they've done. So really, they have that experience of playing, immersing themselves into this character, into this the character that they're acting or they're portraying, right? So that is their job. It's something that they've done for decades, and they can easily go into it and easily kind of immerse themselves into their character. Whereas, we do it, maybe one, if we're lucky, 2 times a week, and do it over either like beer and chips and
that's the other thing too you bring up is like, it's easy for them to immerse in their character. They still voice act. So what's a better way to sell themselves to still voice act than this show that is on every Thursday where they do this accent?
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely. And I honestly, speaking of their voice acting, I remember when I found out that Travis Wilmingham was Colonel Roy Mustang, I was like,
oh yeah.
Crazy.
Dude, yeah. I lost my shit. I was like, no fucking way.
That was me when I found out that Liam was Gara. That was crazy.
I don't know. I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on Netflix, the new one, with my son every Saturday morning cartoons, and finding out that Matt Mercer was JoJo was kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's crazy.
Yeah, well, not in the original one, the new one.
I think it's season 3 that he's JoJo.
Oh, really? I thought it was the entirety.
No, because like the thing is, there's different JoJos. Like he starts voicing him, I think, when the stands start. Like he is the JoJo that has Star.
Got it.
So you meet his grandfather, who is Joseph Joestar.
Mhm.
He was the first JoJo in season 1, and like he was like voiced by an entirely different character.
Gotcha. So, full honesty, I'm also chasing a toddler around whenever watching these, so I guess I totally missed that.
Yeah.
And,
No, it's fine. JoJo is crazy enough on its own. Like you don't have to, even if you had your full attention on it and missed it, that's okay.
Yeah, I missed that. I just thought he was some sort of like immortal being that was just lived through time or something like that.
And I know this is a supreme tangent, but if you watch that series long enough, you find out that JoJo has been like there's always been a JoJo. Like as long as time is existent, there was a JoJo. And you find out that Jehovah was a JoJo.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Mind blown. And yet somehow I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. That whole show is fucking clown shoes. How did we get here? Oh, Matt Mercer. Right.
Yeah.
I'm always
Curse you, Matt Mercer.
It's hot.
I was playing you guys familiar with the Infamous games? It's like
yeah.
Intimately.
Yeah.
So
The first statue I ever bought from a video game was from the Infamous.
oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
So I was recently, because I didn't even know that they made like another sequel kind of thing where it was a woman that was the main character. So I'm sitting there playing, and I'm like, man, she looks really familiar. And I'm like listening, and I'm like, man, she sounds really familiar. Is that Laura Bailey? I'll be damned before I was like just sitting there looking at her after I figured it out. I was like, God damn, she looks just like her. Yeah.
They've been in a lot of great video games, haven't they? And then wasn't there like the Pillars of Eternity that had its own Critical Role thing too?
Yep.
I haven't played it, but I've heard it's really. I think actually I got it from Epic Games. I just haven't been able to play it yet.
I have both of them, and I have barely played them. I played some of the first one, and the second one, I was like, I need to play the first one, so I started playing the first one. I was like, okay, I'm bored. Yay, ADD.
Yeah, I mean, I was between work and attention deficit and everything else in this digital era. It's kind of hard to sit down and consume a video game like you used to.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not wrong. I do try sometimes, but
Yeah, I use streaming as an excuse to play games now. Like I'm getting through Subnautica, but I mean, would I if I wasn't streaming? I don't know.
Yeah. Also, like having kids kind of kills it for you. Really, like children are dicks when it comes to like wanting to have fun.
Wow,
thieves of joy.
Can't relate.
The whatever Fey deal I made for my kid, it's working out for me in that regards.
Yeah, Spawn's pretty great.
Yeah, I would not have played as much Fall Guys if not for Spawn.
Oh,
I mean, like I feel like he's a pretty good comic character. I don't know. I wouldn't credit him too much, but
So, what is your? I'm going to take over the question or a question for a second. Charity events. Critical Role does a lot of them. What's your favorite? Because mine is the Stephen Colbert Red Nose Day.
I have not sat down for all of that, but
it's not that long. Like it's
like an hour or less. Yeah,
I made it through like the initial like character creation.
Yeah, I just my favorite thing about that was just Stephen Colbert's face the whole time. He just was so enraptured. He's like a kid in a candy store. He was captivated.
I kind of have a hard time believing, with as big as a Lord of the Rings fan as he is, that he's never role played before.
Oh, he used to be a huge D&D nerd back in the day, but yeah, he he's a he just probably doesn't have time to do that.
Right. But I mean, like Josh was saying, he was so fascinated with the whole thing. I was like, is this his first time playing?
Yeah.
Maybe 5th edition.
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he's definitely role played before. I think of it as a time where you haven't been able to play in a while, and you're finally getting to play, and then surprising, like the DM just goes above and beyond in every single aspect.
Oh.
You're like, this is what D&D is supposed to be. Obviously not, because everybody has a different version of D&D. But I feel like Matt Mercer creates the best cookie cutter version of D&D, or of what D&D aspires to be.
Yep.
Right.
Speaking of, I saw this meme like a couple days ago. That's how every great story starts, right? I saw this meme a couple days ago, and it was saying, okay, so the realistic version of the D&D movie has to be, whenever if somebody in the party dies, they have to make a new character and then just take over, and it's the same person, but nobody says anything about it. Yeah, exactly. And all of the NPCs are played by the same person as well. And I thought, I was like, look, if that's not what happens, the fans need to rise up and take control and just make that movie happen.
Yep.
Right, Matt Mercer.
That's why I said, like, just get Matt Mercer in there playing the NPCs.
Yeah.
All of them.
Jesus.
That's a great web series.
Yeah.
Dear Critical Role.
NPC Man?
Huh?
Have you seen the web series Epic NPC Man?
Oh, yeah. I love Epic NPC Man. That's what I was thinking whenever I saw that meme. I was just like, oh, man, that'd be really good. But they just play the same character, kind of. I think there's a couple that switch, but...
Yeah.
They just did a piece of long form content that was really, really
Did they
good.
really?
Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of it now. What's the Fisher's name? Like,
the...
Yeah.
Morden. Balin, thank you.
Balin. So it's like Balin's Trail or Balin's Track or something like that.
Of course it is.
And like it's just Balin like stuck on his like little track going around, and then a player comes along and uses a recruit feature to put him in his party, and it forces him off his track, and he doesn't know what to do. And like he literally can't say anything other than "Morning, nice day for fishing, ain't it?" But they tell this amazing story. Like if you like Epic NPC Man, you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Like I forget how long it is, but it's good.
Which thinking about voice acting and stuff like that, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like if they had that recruit feature in an actual game, but they never recorded any more lines for this NPC with the voice actor. Oh man.
This lazy game developer.
Yes.
It's called Balin's Route, and it's 37 minutes long.
Oh, God, I might watch that tonight. Is that on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, I might watch it tonight.
Yeah. It's okay, so it's Viva La Dirt League. I fucking love them. They're amazing. So I will it is on my to watch list.
But yeah, I guess in terms of charities and stuff, they just started their own charitable organization, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like actually in charge of running that one.
Sure is.
Yeah, I really like that. I like, they're doing really well for themselves, and they're going out of their way to try to give back to whatever community they happen to be involved in or have an interest in. So
absolutely. And then they just made their board game company, or their game company.
Oh yeah.
I have no regrets in saying that I bought their Munchkin and every time. So I played it for the first time on Sunday at our Austin Critter meetup, and every time I was reading it, every time the name came up, I was like, and dramatic pause. Ukatoa. Just whispered it every single time, and then everybody else whispered it, and I was like, I'm with my people. This is who I need to hang. This is who I need to surround myself with forever.
I think it's great being like a fly on the. I would love to be a fly on the wall to like anybody else in like the, I guess, Audible area. This is like listening to these group of people just going Ukatoa. if they've never seen Critical Role, Elite Campaign 2, they're probably like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
We'd all just like whisper, Ukta, and then just look at them stare.
We're all on that fucking Texas Roadhouse game.
And speaking of cult followings in Critical Role, I mean that's great. That's a great example of that. But like the cosplay community around Critical Role is amazing too. Just like, I mean, I've met just in our small little bubble here in well, I don't say small, in our bubble here in Austin, some amazing cosplayers that have done great work. And like I don't know, when I think of cosplayers, like the amazing work that they do, I don't think of like, oh yeah, that person might be my friend, or like I might know that person like, you know, fairly well. They have sparked imagination in most facets of creative content, but or in a lot of facets. But cosplay has like kind of been their jam for a while. That and fan art, but I mean, fan art you find everywhere. But like I've met people that are like, oh, I got into cosplay because of Critical Role, and then it just kind of exploded from there.
Actually, that's the fan art. That's how I met Astafoles, the one who did our profile picture.
Oh, awesome!
I met them doing Critical Role art. On TikTok. I followed them and they followed back, and it was just like, oh yeah, I love your art. They still haven't put any in for the submissions, and so sad.
Well, I guess they'll have to wait a little while.
A little bit.
But the best thing about it is that
had art on our stream before Critical Role did. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, take that, Matt Mercer.
Take that, Matt, damn it! I was gonna say the same.
just everything. You know, you say, we did it first. You can't be
Matt.
Anthony. Take that, Matt Mercer. I feel like right now his ears are ringing, or he just like sneezes. He's like, some fool is cursing me.
before the
Who
end of
dares summon the Mercer?
before the end of the episode, one of our guild decrees is going to be fuck Matt Mercer.
His video chat just pops up over here. It's like, "Oh,
Matt Mercer would like to know your location.
Everybody, don't move. He can only sense motion.
right."
Is that the decree?
Shit, he brought Taliesin with him.
Oh
We're
hell!
fucking dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
There's a Lovecraftian creature in the embodiment of a human form.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was speaking of, you know, that's cryptids earlier, right? there's
Yeah.
one right there.
Yep.
Taliesin, the resident Critical Role cryptid.
Mm-hmm.
It's canon.
Yep. Yeah, it's working its way into guild decree at least. It's real close. Real close.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Guild decree. Matt Mercer can never be me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a guild decree.
You know what? And I just feel like one day he's gonna randomly find this and he's gonna cosplay as you. And then your decree will be fucking nothing because Matt Mercer will become you.
He would not be the first person to cosplay as me, believe it or not.
Nice.
So even then, fuck you, Matt Mercer. You will be the first person to cosplay as me.
No, he's just going to take over your actual life. You'll come home, he'll be cuddling with your wife. And
Oh, God damn it.
And I bet he can do your voice too.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I will say the fucked up part is this will be the part of the podcast he hears is us just ragging on him. He won't hear any of the other stuff that we've said about him, and he's just going, "No, fuck these guys."
he starts the hashtag cancel Casters Guild.
No, and like Talisin's gonna be there comforting him, and his eyes are gonna glow, and then all of a
And then
sudden,
we're fucked.
And then we're gone.
Yeah. Send their resident monk, Marisha Ray. Oh God, I'm terrified now. We can't air this episode.
they'll just send their
Can't
they'll
air
just
it.
send their CEO. They'll just send their CEO to come kick her ass, which is Travis.
I'd pay him for it. I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? That's
I would-
that's not my kink, but it could be.
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody else has Lady D. I got Travis W. Hey, and there we go. We added Lady D into this episode too. You're welcome.
That's right. We did it.
Jesus.
Got
She's made a lot. They had a lot of appearances in season 2. Let me tell you.
If
now
nothing,
I need to see Travis Willingham cosplaying as Lady D now.
look, I got Photoshop. We can make this happen.
Hey, look, I've got a fly swatter. We can make this happen.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'll leave this in or not, but I am currently going to share a screen with all of you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Something I noticed this morning with the Casters Guild. If you look at our total plays of all time,
Son of a bitch. Hold on. Where is it? What do you want? Anchor? Cool. Anchor. I can make this happen. Is it anchor.fm?
yeah, but like we're at 665. So
Wow.
this would be when all of a sudden Taliesin would come in, shift it over to triple sixes.
Hold on. I'm going to go in after Anthony just to be chaotic and make it 667.
Well, I mean, that's really, we just need that to happen to keep our own asses safe for sure.
Yes.
Right. We need to
I
open
need
that door and close it right back.
Yep.
It's like opening Pandora's box, but just a little, just a piece.
Just to,
You have your
Just
chance,
tip,
Allison.
just for a second, just to see how it feels.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. I have to make it happen. You did this.
You have to be the one.
Yeah. All right. I have you guys up already, so
Oh,
Oh no,
Oh,
more
doing
viewers?
it.
I'm already playing it.
I did.
I wonder
did
how
the play,
quickly it'll
did follow.
register on our hosting app.
I
Right.
know. I'm just gonna let it go at like 1% volume. That way, it counts as a play for a while.
Retention time.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta
No,
play the
that's-
game.
that's fair.
Well, you've got 2 at least. So
Yeah.
There's 666 for a second, and Taliesin almost got in.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
Talison's like, my chances now, and then, or however the hell.
Just gotta wait 999 more times. It'll pop up again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's just coming over here, and Talison's goes,
My time is now.
and then, oh damn it,
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
We thought we were safe.
yeah, yeah, we kind of derailed there.
How were we in this?
I have no idea.
Wow. We went on a tangent about just how amazing Matt Mercer is, and then
Oh,
somehow we were possessed with the spirit of talking about Taliesin Jaffe.
Would that be the
scripted
spirit
this.
of Sam Riegel at that point?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Liam.
We were worried about Taliesin. Sam really did get in.
Oh wow, he
You know
sure
he
did.
Sam, you're welcome next time.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I don't care who knows it. I voted for Sam for president.
Oh yeah. I think
I don't care who knows it.
I think I did too. Actually,
I
I can't
know,
remember. That was 2020 ago. Like that was
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like
So
I-
long. So long.
a month of that year felt like a whole year itself. So I was 16.
My
I didn't have a beard.
my dirty little secret is that I didn't vote because I live in Tennessee and I know how the Electoral College works.
I don't know anything about your governor, but we have Abbott, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the
Ted
Tennessee
Cruz.
governor is not far off, but I mean, Arizona voted blue, so that's the thing that happened.
yeah,
But now
okay.
he's not going to side with Democrats on partisan issues because he's like, well, they should all be nonpartisan. I'm like, you realize where the fuck we live, right? There's no such thing as like nonpartisan in the United States politics.
Doesn't exist.
Speaking of
Sorry.
politics,
Let me take my soapbox. And throw it.
speaking of politics, I think that Critical Role has always done really good at the political, like kind of a lot of D&D that I've experienced has been very big monster in front of you, go kill it, collect reward. It's kind of like, the jam, but like a lot of things that I guess DMs and players just kind of shy away from is like the political intrigue of, I guess, just like living in some kind of world like this. So you don't really talk about like, the back end kind of, espionage of assassinating this dude that's in line for the throne. So his by the next in line or something like that. I mean, that one's actually more likely, but like the political like repercussions is more.
Love it.
Yeah, I live for that, and I suck at playing it or like running it.
One of my biggest campaigns was a character decided that she wanted to be a wood elf princess, and next in line to be the arch druid. And then she decided to run off away from all of her responsibilities because she was set to be married to a prince from the high elves in order to create peace between the high elves and the wood elves. But then she ran off and decided not to do that because love conquers all. And she ran off with her half elf boyfriend, and because of that, war. So they had to deal with all of that, and I got some backlash from the players at first because they're like, why are you punishing her for running off with her true love? And I'm like, I'm just doing what would actually happen. Like, deal with it. I'm not saying that what you did was wrong or the wrong choice, but there are consequences.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You chose
Troy,
that
you just
fight for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you really just did Troy in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
You know what? And speaking of high elves, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care who hears it. Fuck the Somerset Isles. That's right. Fuck you, high elves. White Concordant was bullshit. All right, the White Tower Concordant. Fuck you.
Weren't the high elves in Critical Role? Wait, no. Who was
That? That's an
Vexen?
Elder Scrolls.
No, I know, but like the Vexen.
Vex and Vax, yeah. Their father was some fucking douchey politician, and they were half elves.
But they were like in the Feywild, weren't they? Or did they?
Yeah. So essentially, whenever all that shit happened with Chroma Conclave, their Elven city was like, "Yeah, no, we're piecing out to the Feywild."
That's right.
And
Yeah.
so when they were in the Feywild, they're like, "Oh shit! Hey, look, there's our dad's." I can't remember if they went there specifically looking for. No, because I think they went specifically for the bow. For the vestiges of divergence, and so it just happened to be like, oh shit, hey look, there's our dad's city, let's go say hello.
Oh, hey, I grew up there. Why is it here?
Yeah.
I'd love to live in a world where your house can just. Well, I guess there's trailers. I don't know. Would that be magical trailer at that point?
I mean, if your trailer could teleport to another plane of existence.
Depending on how much time you have, really, what is driving except for teleporting?
I ran a Changeling the Dreaming game with magical trailers.
Jesus. Shit, let's not even go there. Changeling the Dreaming was just you want to talk about clown shoes.
Oh yeah.
And we're not even getting it into Mage the Ascension.
Oh, that's actually the first role-playing game I played.
Wow. So I had this random thought, and of course it was a thought that I would have. So imagine you're in your city, and you're like, all right, cool. It's fucking. I'm home by myself. The wife and kids are gone. I'm a fucking get it on. And then all of a sudden you're about to hit the climax, and then boom, you're in another plane of existence. Get no more internet. It's just gone. It's like, well, fuck. How am I supposed to?
Is that not just a wild magic sorcerer?
It depends on how high he casts that level spell.
Really, does he have a choice? It's wild magic.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, then we're talking about wild magic barbarians who, every time they rage, get an actual effect instead of a chance of an effect.
I just love the idea of every time there's some kind of emotional or hormonal response to anything, like climaxing. That'd be fun. I'm gonna make a character off of that someday. It's gonna be for one of the one shots, Baron.
Okay.
So basically, you finish and then turn into a potted plant.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
And it just you just hear.
And so what you're saying is, every time you come, you soil yourself.
Oh.
Oh,
You can leave now. You can
That was good.
Yeah, it's really. These puns are really growing on me.
Oh, god damn it.
how much pot did you smoke?
I'll tell you about it here in this leaflet.
No? All right, we're branching off here, guys.
We really need to get back to the root of the issue.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That was subtle. That was nice.
Yeah.
You know how I do.
I hate it.
Elementary.
Were we talking about Critical Role somehow?
I think so.
At some point in
Hey.
time. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's keep it on topic. What about that Henry Crabgrass, huh?
No, consent,
Oh.
please.
Yeah.
And, actually, that reminds me of a thought that I had earlier that was kind of relevant to a topic that we were talking about, which I don't exactly remember the topic, but I like that, especially in Campaign 2, Matt Mercer makes everything inclusive without focusing on it. So he has androgynous characters, gay characters, trans characters, wheelchair-bound characters, but
He
it's
actually ended up being one of my favorites too. The I can't remember his name, but the dude in the wheelchair. Oh,
Yeah,
how fucking cool is he?
man, I also
there it
forget
is.
his name.
Allison, no! No!
Cue it up, Anthony. Cue it up.
Oh shit. Fuck. Damn it.
Where did
Any
he
listener-
go?
For any listeners who don't know what's going on, are all
You fools. You have summoned me.
it's 666.
Wow.
And as Jerry Hawkins might let you know, that's the number of the beast.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar, no!
Oh my god! Have you seen? Have you seen the? I think they were TikToks, and it was the dude from Modern Family. I can't remember his name. And he's like, "I'm so angry, I'm gonna punch the next guy I see." And he like goes over a little bit. And Brock Lesnar's right behind it. He's like, "Gosh damn it, Brock!" Like he walks away.
It's me, Brock Lesnar.
No,
No.
don't try to fuck with us.
But to kind of reel it back in, I know.
You can't reel it back in after Brock Lesnar. No, that's my new ringtone. Are you kidding?
And now for something completely different. Jazz hands. Well, I mean,
What were you gonna say?
so Brock Lesnar, no. Yeah. So I just love how inclusive he makes it. And without focusing on it, because that's always the thing. Especially now with it being Pride Month, every fucking logo now is going to have rainbow stripes, and it's focusing on it. It's like, haha, here's this beacon of how progressive we are. And so I found it awesome that he just included it without focusing on it. It wasn't part of the narrative. It wasn't like, oh, you have to help this obviously trans person or something like that. It's like, no,
Right.
These are just normal people going about their lives, and that's how it should be.
There's been a few times where he's just introduced the character, and they would ask, "Oh, it's like, what do they identify?" Or he's like, "What are their pronouns? What are they?" He's like, "Oh yeah, well they're, he, she, or they just." And like some of them, he, like you said, didn't just put a big fucking billboard on it, but yeah, this character's trans, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like a good example, like I think that like someone has dropped the ball is like Star Trek, where they had their social issues and their progressive attitudes and stuff, but it was never like a big fucking deal. And then you got Star Trek Discovery, and they're just like, oh no, this is a big fucking deal, and we're putting a big billboard on it because we want people to notice that we are drawing attention to these things. It's like, it's not. I appreciate what you're doing, but you're not making this seem like you are so far into the future where everything is cool and everything's accepted, but you're still drawing that kind of heat for shit like that. No. That should be something that people just accept without even having to draw attention to it.
Yeah, if you have to make it a statement, then if you have to make it a statement as being like an ally, then you really, that's all you're doing is just making a statement. If he does really well, and like all the characters, the actors do really well, and just kind of making it just a thing by just incorporating it, because that's exactly what it should be like.
Mhm.
I mean, and then they're just doing it because that's just who they are as people, not because we're supposed to act like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Gene Roddenberry had anything to do with Star Trek Discovery, did he?
No.
Okay.
No,
and
he's
see,
been
that's
involved
that I'm not a Trekkie.
No,
I like Star Trek, but but that was the thing. That was Gene Roddenberry's thing, is that he did it to address these issues, and he didn't make a huge deal out of it. He was like, oh, this is what's happened. Like the first interracial kiss on television, boom. I mean, Star Trek almost got canceled for that.
Right.
Or
and it's like and they just kissed. That's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, I can't help but notice that you're black. Oh, and you're white? Let's kiss. But you know what I mean? It's like
Forbidden
they
fruit. Yeah.
You are two people who are attracted to each other, and you're kissing. Boom. That's all it was.
I mean, it is
That's all
Shatner,
I-
so
Huh?
what?
Rick?
I said that's all it had to be.
Yeah. And like the big thing that they were doing in Discovery is one of the characters is non-binary. And yeah, they're non-binary. And like they made a big deal like, hey, no, I actually identify as, they. And it's like, okay, but if the writers were really taking into account Star Trek or what was going on, they wouldn't have needed that. The other characters would have already been referring to them as they.
Yeah.
Right.
And even like characters in Critical Role where they're like, it's something where it's subtle, I guess, is just kind of like what they're how they're interacting with these characters. And if it's not like if one of the characters is NPCs, make the if one of the player characters are speaking to one of the NPCs and they, I guess, slip up a pronoun or do something like that, then Matt's just like, oh, it's actually this, and they're like, oh, cool, and then they just fix it right there. Like it's not. Oh, and actually.
Yeah.
He's non-binary.
And so all this talk about Star Trek is making me think of something that's a little off topic. George
Not in
Takei,
this episode, sir.
George Takei reading 50 Shades of Grey. If you've never seen that video, boy, is that amazing. Now, obviously, he doesn't read the whole thing, but he's like reading it, and it's incredibly graphic and descriptive. And then it gets to the end, he's like, and he touches her clitoris. Oh my!
Nothing will ever be as erotic as Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey. So
Wow!
Oh,
Wow!
man.
Holy shit, this is erotic!
Wow! It's
I cannot even do it.
It's like, like that equivalent to hearing him reading that is like having sex with a cheese grater for your ears.
Don't you threaten me with a good time. Don't kink shame me.
Hey, I'm not kink shaming you. I'm just telling you what's in store for this weekend.
Okay.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
BYOC. Bring your own cheese grater.
Will it be BRCG or bring your own cheese? Am I
Yeah.
the cheese?
The safe word is the Declaration of Independence.
The entire thing plus the signatures.
Yep.
Correct.
In order.
Yeah.
And
In
that's like
Latin.
Speaking of which, Tusk Love. How about that?
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
I like
Segue.
how it just like it made all these random but memorable appearances.
Yeah.
Like Ford's former captain, which is in his, and
Yeah.
it's been out for a while. He was in his shack whenever they scryed on him, and he was reading Tusk Love.
I also like the callback in the very beginning of the game. I don't remember which episode, but where they brought in Tarian's book.
Yes,
That was really good.
absolutely.
That was really
Oh,
Did
good.
you watch the one shot? The Darrington Brigade?
I was there. I
Yeah.
saw it live.
Oh, shit.
I was supposed to go, and bills. I had to sell the tickets, but I was
Wow.
super upset. Yeah, and then like, COVID happened like 6 months later, and I was like, son of a bitch.
So I've never been to Gen Con, but probably not this Gen Con, but the next Gen Con, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see me some fucking Critical Role live.
Yeah, I want to go to Gen Con next year too, as long as, depending on what we do, because usually we'll go to the Mothman Festival for my daughter's birthday, and it happens the exact same weekend. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and I don't know why, but the Darrington Brigade one shot really kind of ties into my big desire for the third campaign. I have an overwhelming need for Travis Willingham to play Luke Bernardo. So Luke Bernardo is the son of Beth Bernardo. And since you're only in episode 10, Beth Bernardo is actually not the Brave.
Okay.
So Not has a son, and she ends up starting to hand down certain skills to him. But he's also like skills from his father, who's an alchemist and stuff. So it's like this character, this NPC has all the makings to being this badass character.
Not to mention, Caleb is going to train him personally.
Yeah. So yeah, you got this, essentially this wizard rogue who has to already technically have a level of rogue already.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh.
Are you? Let's see. How far behind are you, Anthony?
The Yasha and Bo Love Fest.
Okay.
The Wiener Ninjas.
Did they didn't go to the Fireplane yet, did they?
No.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, man, that was.
You should really check out my Twitter feed from that day.
I will.
Wait, are you talking about like the Minotaur?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So I know that there was the whole like Minotaur
just wait.
simp.
Just wait. And when you get to the Fireplane, you'll know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Anyways, yeah, I was like, wow, that happened.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna have to go fucking watch. I had to go purge through all this shit now.
Yep. Anyway, let's change the topic because I really want to talk about it more, but I'm not. I don't want to. You're close. You're close enough for it to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Right? Yeah. Like I don't mind talking about it. Like with Rick only being at like the 10th episode. It's like,
yeah. Fuck you, Rick.
Fuck you.
You and Matt Mercer can go hide in the corner. What is it? You and Matt Mercer can go in the field with the other buffalo.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's like I know this campaign just ended, but I'm so excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
Like I almost hope they do like a like how the football season has like a draft and like they do their draft and then it goes into the football season. I want them to do a fucking pre-season fucking episode where they're like building their characters.
Session 0.
Oh yeah.
Or session 0 or I don't even mind if they don't do if they don't televise the session 0s because all of them are going to get a session 0.
Right.
But even then it's like but I don't know. I guess
where do you think it's going to take place? I hope it's in Vasselheim. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. What they should do is do the same thing they did with Orally and have everybody decide based on, I think it was like, it was a charity drive where they were trying to, like at a certain like numbers, they got unlocked something new about like what was new about Orally, I think. And it was Louisiana turtle guy who had bagpipes installed on his turtle shell. That was fantastic.
It all makes sense now.
Was that?
That's how he got designed?
Yeah, it was some sort of like by the fire Matt Mercer in a silk red robe drinking wine and Brian made his cameo. It was great. I watched like half of it and I was like, all right, this is fun. I'm done with it now. Again, attention deficit disorder. Like I can only watch this.
Bored
kind of thing.
now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever will happen with campaign 3 with how successful the books for like the Tal'Dorei campaign setting was and everything like that, I'm sure it'll be something they can make a book out of. Like be it a campaign or a new class.
Book was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's
Sounds
straight
great.
from the mind of Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah, with how successful those books were, I'm sure it'll be something that they can sell a book out of.
I have a couple of
absolutely.
books, and I know that I had the first one, the I think like this
Cavalry.
Tale of Vox Machina or something like that. The first one that they did, and I was looking up because I'm designing a bookshelf for behind me, and you guys can't see because it's green screen, but you can't get that book anymore. It's selling for like stupid expensive. And I'm like, I'm just trying to find the dimensions of this without having to go get my tape measure because I'm lazy, and I'd rather look it up on my phone. But since it's not on Amazon anymore, I can't do it. But I mean, it's weird having like a community based around this that made it so popular that they are buying and like people are selling these on eBay for like $100-something. When I bought it, I think for like less than maybe $35 with shipping, and that was like a long time ago. But I mean, they were still doing campaign 1 at that point, so I'm not going to sell mine, but it's nice to know that I have a no longer in print kind of book, a collector's item, if you will.
Right.
Just have to keep it up away from my, that asshole I was talking about earlier, toddler.
Hey,
crazy
don't talk
amount of
about
books.
Thomas and Jaffe like that.
Crazy amount of books.
Fool. Give my book back.
Crazy amount of books, crazy amount of merch. You know you've made it when you have a Funko Pop made.
Oh yeah, man, that's gold. That's where you know you made it for sure.
Like I don't even watch Critical Role, but I still got a Grog Strong Gel Pop sitting on my shelf.
I
Is
don't
it
collect
the Funko Pops?
Funkos.
Or
Yeah.
the body pillow that would when you made it.
I mean, there's a body
That's-
pillow for everything. I have my Anthony Botto
True,
pillow.
yeah.
I actually just washed
Anybody-
it, so-
Anybody who's got a printer and a dream can make a body pillow.
exactly. A printer and a dream.
God damn it!
Wow. I don't collect Funkos, but I got the Vox Machina one, so I was like, because I intend on putting them on a shelf when I get a bookshelf, and I'll have just essentially a Critical Role row, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
That's what I say. That's what I tell myself, and then I keep getting all this fucking Critical Role merch, and I'm like, it's going
Could be
towards
a
the
room.
bookshelf. Like I wouldn't say a room, a corner, maybe. But-
Well, we'll see how campaign 3 pans out.
I've had plenty of my players show up with like dagger shirts, character themed dice sets, and then like I said, my personal Dungeon Master mug, which was gotten to me by my wife, who happens to be one of my players, says you can certainly try right across the front of it, just because that's the one part of the Matt Mercer effect I adopted and do really enjoy. So
Same
Yeah.
here.
it's like a
Absolutely.
craze at this point.
See, I didn't buy the mugs. I have a really good mug that I got at a Renaissance Festival, and so I'm not gonna get a mug. I'm not gonna get the pins or anything like that. I'll get some shirts because they're honestly really comfortable shirts. I'm not gonna get the themed dice. I already have a fuck ton of dice. I don't need to buy more expensive dice that
How
aren't
dare
like
you.
that aren't
You
like.
son of a bitch.
Hold
I'll come through
on.
this.
Let me finish. That aren't like Wormwood or like the really beautiful, amazing looking dice, because like they're themed dice. They're just kind of like plain dice. I'm
Hmm.
talking about like
As he
they're in my
gets one
dice
from his
box somewhere.
desk.
No, man, I wanted to get that that beanie because I don't really wear headgear at all because I don't really think beanies look good on me. But
Also in
it
Texas.
looks so comfortable, and I was like,
it's nice.
I would sleep in that if it was ever like chilly. My ears get a little chilly, you know.
That and I would totally live in Jorhouse.
Hmm.
But it's
Yeah, it's
always
pretty much your
dark there.
aesthetic. Yeah.
You know how many goth girls are there?
Yeah, my teenager is also very much the Jorhassian aesthetic. Well, she's changed over to like the pastel kind of goth recently, so which I'm sure there's some city in Jorhas that does pastel goth.
I
Isn't
mean,
that what-
here at your house, anything is game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all Jester is. It's just a pastel goth.
that's true. That is true. Oh man, that the goth line of Mighty Nine, shit was hot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I was never into fan art as until Critical Role. Like I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool, whatever. But now I'm like, fuck, that's dope. Holy shit! And I'm just like consumed. Like I follow artists now because of I've seen their stuff from Critical Role or something like that. I mean, yeah, like just like what you're saying. You got your whole shindig from one of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like you were talking about cosplay earlier. I mean, look at Jenny D.
Yeah. Yep.
I was following her when she was doing her Arya Stark, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh, it's just so good.
yeah, oh yeah, so good. But then Jester happened, and it was like, holy shit! And then she just exploded. I mean, I'm not saying she was a small artist before. You know, she
Right.
had a following, but oh man,
Her Goth Jester was.
Oh man, have you heard her version of When He Cheats, where she sleeps? Oh my goodness, it is amazing because she does the whole song in Jester's accent.
Uh-huh.
It's
That's awesome.
fantastic. Highly recommend it. Where she sleeps. It's about Ford and Avantika in the voice of Jester. 10-10.
Question.
Yeah.
Will you stop being a Critical Role fan if
First
They
of all, they're
don't-
called critters. all right?
sorry. Will you stop being a critter if Mark Hamill does not play Vecna?
That's
I
fine.
don't know. I think I would rage quit because they didn't do anything really. The fan base did, and just like any fan base, they ruin everything. But the hype around like Mark Hamill doing Vecna after consuming his content for the Joker and everything else that he's done as just this amazing villain. Oh God, I would cream.
Super Robot Monkey
Jesus.
Force Go.
I would, as
That's
a
a
fan,
show that lived in the recesses of my mind that I totally forgot about.
You said
Mark
something
Hamill's the
awoken
main
something.
villain. He does a great job.
You awoken something in the back recesses of my mind, and I can't place it. But now I'm gonna. What'd you say?
I really liked him as the trickster.
Super Robot Monkey.
Hyperforce Go.
That's enough. That's
Yeah,
a
Super
Super
Robot
Robot Monkey
Team.
will find something on Google.
I think it's Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I
That
believe.
sounds about right. It rolls off the tongue like it should.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah,
So
because
many nouns in there, you'll find something.
Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. When you're in trouble, it's a name you should know. Yeah, that's it.
wow,
Wow.
wow.
And Mark Hamill does the villain for that show. It's excellent. Everybody always talks about Mark Hamill as the Joker, but his voice acting is excellent in that.
He
Particular
plays
show.
an amazing villain. Anything
Cockknocker.
that's the villain.
Wait, what?
No, another villain he plays.
Oh,
Cockknocker.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, come again, Cockknocker?
was that another pun?
It's funny. The first thing I
mean-
remember him in after Star Wars was Guyver.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Japanese manga anime that they turned live action, and it's like super violent. But he was in that. It was funny.
Yeah, I'm just not caught up in my Japanese content.
It's really old too. I think I was still in high school, maybe, or just out of high school.
Yeah, that sounds.
But I will say this: in terms of Mark Hamill doing the voice of Vecna, in that if he does not, I would turn to the fans and say, "Don't be disappointed. You should have donated more to the Kickstarter if you wanted Mark Hamill." in there."
Look,
This is your fault.
Mark Hamill, I like. I'm sure Mark Hamill would do some shit for like free or like at least super cheap
I'm
if
sure.
he really believed in it.
Yeah.
This one
Just-
time he just showed up to some random girl's birthday because like she wrote him a letter about it. So Mark Hamill does what the fuck Mark Hamill wants.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, does he know any of the Critical Role people? Does he play D&D? Does he have like a vested interest in the D&D?
Okay, so like it's a in the general nerd community, I'm sure they've at least talked or like he knows of them or is aware of them. I wouldn't be surprised if like Matt Mercer has him on speed dial because of all like the shit that Matt Mercer's been in.
Well, okay. With all of them being voice actors, especially, yes, okay, that does make a lot of sense. I'm sure that they are aware of each other.
Mhm.
Well, of course, who's not aware of Mark Hamill? I get it. But yes, I'm sure that Mark Hamill has probably been in a project that one of them has been in.
Matt Mercer.
Undoubtedly.
Of course.
Matt Mercer voiced Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead serious. Just looks it up.
Wow. I bet they at least met.
Yeah.
I wonder what Mark Hamill voiced.
Some random
Stormtrooper 3. Yeah.
It's like Daniel Craig as a stormtrooper in one of was it The Force Awakens? Or
The Force Awakens, everybody was a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Like, if
And
they're
there's also-
famous, they were a stormtrooper.
yeah.
Oh, wait, who are we talking about? Are we talking about who Mark Hamill was in Force Awakens?
No, I was talking about Daniel Craig being a stormtrooper.
Oh, yeah,
because Anthony said he was probably a stormtrooper number 3 in Battlefront 2 or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, because Mark Hamill was he was robot bartender in The Mandalorian. Mark Hamill was.
I believe it. Yeah, Mandalorian also did the same thing where they
And Simon Pegg was the
Force
fucking
Awakens. Mhm.
yeah.
which one
And
punched
according
Yoda?
to-
Baby Yoda?
What?
One of them punched Baby Yoda. What's somebody famous?
Oh, no, it was Saturday Night Live guy. Hater.
Which one? Oh, Bill
I think
it
Hader.
No, it was Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, no, you're
Sudeikis?
right. It was Jason Sudeikis. Yes. You're right.
And everybody
Yes.
like lost their damn mind, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, according to his IMDb page, Matt Mercer keeps getting tapped for Star Wars games. So, like, he did a voice in Jedi Fallen Order. He did a voice in Shadows of Revan. He did a voice in Battlefront 2. So, yeah,
Well-
probably...
He is an amazing voice actor.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
I mean, they're all great in their right, but I mean, out of all of them, Matt Mercer and Liam O'Brien, they are prolific. The
Yeah.
range that they have. I mean, I love Sam, but
Yeah.
he's my Michelangelo.
But he's also more musically oriented than voice oriented.
Oh, yeah, oh my God! The story behind their current theme song.
Okay, I'm not up to date with it. Lay it on me.
He essentially did it in like a half fucking hour.
Mhm.
Like, he did a new theme song. He was like, "Okay, give me a little bit." He came back like a half hour later. He's like, "Okay, I kind of got something going," and like he had the whole thing done, like wrote out, and he did the song for him. And he's like, I was thinking we could get this person to do it. And it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
There's
he's also
two beautiful things about Sam Riegel: his amazing talent and his amazing mustache.
I think I'm gonna say a smile, but man has a smile that can encompass the sun.
Yeah, that's true. But speaking of Liam's voice talents, his whenever I'm pretty sure it's Liam. Whenever they're on Talks Machina and they have a question from Cuttlefish, and he goes, "Cuttlefish." So every single time they say Cuttlefish, he goes, "Cuttlefish." And I feel like somehow that's how Travis Willingham spawned Macaroni Samsonite.
Yeah. Oh, and out of the Darrington, I'll sometimes latch on to certain characters because they just seem cool to me. Like, the idea of them seems cool. Ashley Johnson's character in that Darrington Brigade, I'm like, I want more of that character.
Yeah.
How badass of a character is that?
Oh man, she came out in that fucking zoot suit. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I love Ashley Johnson because she usually just plays like really nice characters, and then when she like turns it on, she's like, "Oh shit, am I Switch?"
Right.
I'm
yeah.
in danger.
Protect my virginity. Ashley Johnson
Actually,
has
no.
gone bad.
Oh.
Oh no! Yeah, but another a really awesome concept from that was Marisha Ray's character, the bard, had like the phonograph and just like And she talked like an old timey newscaster.
Yeah, I like how it was like showcasing like this stuff, but in the future kind of stuff. The Owlbear I thought was definitely a parody character, but then it's like you look at the build of that character, it's like
it was terrible.
That fucking worked. So I hate you for making this. What? Oh yeah.
Because he was it was a barbarian monk or a barbarian rogue.
I think it was. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was 3 things.
Yeah.
I think it was a barbarian monk rogue.
Okay. Yeah, that was a Frankenstein character.
He did just enough in each class to get the features that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And to be I think he was a totem barbarian, and his totem was the owlbear. I was like, oh, no, that's cool though. Why don't? It's like everybody's like taking bear or wolf, and it's like, no. Take fucking no! I am
Totem
a
of the
barbarian
duck.
of a bullet.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody knows the best totem is the totem of the duck.
Oh man, what was his name? It was
what was his name?
not the actor's name, but the character's name. It was like Gaynor or something like that, or
or something. I thought I don't know.
Man, it was
John Hader, but I can't remember. Hold on, I'm already here. It
was gay something.
I do like the idea of
it was Lionel Gayhart.
Yeah, Lionel Gayhart. There we go.
I do like the idea of there being like it's a barbarian, but he uses like happiness and joy as like he goes into a rage of joy. It's like okay, I like
He
that.
just starts laughing and laughing. Yeah.
Yep. I think that might have been one of my favorite cameos, or like guest appearances.
I was actually going to ask what's your all's favorite cameos? Like,
Aside from John Hader,
who's your favorite one?
Chris Perkins. Yeah, Chris Perkins. Yep.
Spurt.
Yeah. Okay.
He was there for like 30 minutes, and then he was like, "Well, okay, bye."
Yeah. I think that is more just for like what happened, not because of like who they were, like that what they brought. I mean, really, that is what they brought. But I mean,
well, he was literally
that was so good.
Just a kobold from the book. Even all of the shit, it's like, okay, yeah, you're just this kobold. Okay.
Yeah. Just a kobold. I think Patrick Rothfuss was a really good in the campaign 1. Was a great addition as actually no, who played Zara? It was Zara and
mode now. I don't know.
Hold on. Wait.
I do have to say that I can't remember her name, but the one that played the Asimir.
That's Reading Rainbow daughter. What's her name?
Mika.
Mika Burton. She's what's his name's? Wow, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, thank you. Terrible with names today.
Back on that man's name.
I will say one of my favorite cameos was Kari Payton as Shikasta.
Yeah, that was real.
I do love Shikasta.
Really, you should know who Shikasta is, don't you? Rick, do you know who Shikasta is?
Maybe. The only I've only had one guest characters that stuck out in my mind. But I don't remember the name. He was blind.
Shikasta.
That's Shikasta.
Yeah. Okay, then yes.
Just like this.
Cyborg,
AKA
I did think he was
Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did think he was super cool.
Will Friedle. That's who. Will Friedle, and also Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. Probably some of my favorites from Campaign 1.
Oh man, or Will Wheaton in the fucking Will Wheaton curse.
Come back for the second campaign.
Who?
Will Wheaton.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, they're probably just like, you keep that fucking curse away from your butt.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if they were all like streaming in, filming it beforehand, he could have. But
Twiggy was really awesome too. I like Twiggy.
I will say this. I think one of my coolest guests for me was Ashley Birch, but not even necessarily because of her character. I liked her character, but I'm just a huge fan of Ashley Birch. Since Hey Ash, what you playing? Oh my god!
I think we talked about that on your stream not too long ago, right?
The what?
I think we talked about her on your stream not too long ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Her and her brother Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that Anthony's doing his thing too. I hadn't seen anything he'd been doing, but yeah, he's going strong. That's good. If anybody hasn't watched Hey Ash, What You Playing, please look it up because it's hilarious. Great. And you get to see Ashley Birch very much not being Ashley Birch now.
Oh yeah.
The character of Ashley Birch that she was playing is definitely not the Ashley Birch that you know now.
Too true.
Nothing like seeing her brother walk in the room while she's trying to drop a Duke on his bed. That's great.
She did have some energy as some characters she played later. like that's a real Tiny Tina energy.
That's a fucking understatement, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Is it still on Netflix? I don't think so, right?
No, it should be on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube now? Because it was on Netflix for like a minute.
That's the only time I've ever watched it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently she was a writer for Adventure Time.
I believe it. Yeah,
She did
that
work
tracks.
on Life is Strange. Jesus. That was
Get the
fucking
fuck out of
impressive.
here. They did one a year ago and I missed it.
What?
Well, there you
They
go.
did a new Hey Ash, What You Playing a year ago and I didn't get to see it.
Oh.
Yeah, it is on YouTube and apparently it's also available on Amazon.
Oh, cool. Maybe that's where I saw it. I don't know.
Okay, the BioShock episode that they did, great. If you watch only one thing, go watch the BioShock Hey Ash, What You Playing.
Baron, I love it when you're excited about something because I thought that you lost your audio, but really you're just like your mind wasn't catching up, or your mouth wasn't catching up from your mind. Yeah.
Yep.
You're just like making
I was
mouth.
saying everything in my head.
Yeah. Yep.
I noticed that you guys weren't hearing what I was saying, so then I had to. Yeah, I'll get
Make
excited.
the mouth noises.
make the mouth noises.
Do the noise. Do the noise your head wants to.
Julie, do the thing.
Oh man, the good old days of internet.
Yeah.
'Cause
How do we
I
get
remember
on this?
watching that when I was living in Virginia, and that was, I feel like that. Oh yeah, 9 years ago. Yep, I was. Now,
No,
that time, but
you just aged me 10 years. Thanks for that.
you're welcome. Oh no! They have an episode from 9 years ago, season 1, Animal Crossing.
Ow.
Oh,
That's still relevant to this day.
ah!
Tell me about the
My
before
old-
times.
4 times. Oh man.
Back in my day, controllers didn't used to make sense. You just grabbed it and just went with it.
Yeah, you figure it
Remember
out
when
now.
we watched the old movies? Now they just leave them on the internet.
You think gaming is your ally? Molded by it. I didn't see a wireless controller until I was already a man.
Wow.
Oh no.
I'm
Now
ready
that's-
for the Critical Role video game. I don't know if it's ever going to come out. Probably won't ever come out, and that's totally fine. But I would love to just. I mean, technically, you can play Vox Machina in Pillars of Eternity too, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be Grog, and I want to rage dig. Is what I really want to do.
I
But
know.
also, fuck shit up.
I know that in the new Dark Alliance game, Joe can't pronounce his last name's character.
Yeah, Joe Mangalio or whatever.
I know his last name, can't pronounce it, not going to try. His character is one of the characters in the game. And I think that's what you'll see out of a lot of Critical Role as far as video games go, is there will be Dungeons and Dragons games,
Mhm.
and their characters will be in it.
Yeah, I will say
yeah.
this. I would love to see them do kind of maybe a reskin, or just kind of make a new game in the same style of the old Dungeons and Dragons arcade game. except throw like Vox Machina.
like a side scroller beat 'em up.
Yeah.
You know
Y'all
what? They
ever
could
played-
I was gonna
probably
say Dragon Mountain again, Baron. I was like, it's gonna happen. Don't worry.
they could probably throw that together in like an indie game jam and
Probably,
like
absolutely.
something. Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking about old school D&D games, though, did you guys ever play D&D Heroes for the original Xbox? Ah, what a fucking game!
I
Love
don't
that.
I
yeah,
can
so
tell
it
you're
was-
you're actually trying to age them more.
No,
Oh,
here,
No, the Xbox, the
It was
ancient game.
similar. It was similar
Always
to
make
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
Yeah, and kind of like Diablo style, running around, fucking shit up, getting loot, all that good stuff. It was,
Tale as old as time.
I will say this: I kind of gave up on D&D video games when I played Heroes of the Lance.
I don't
know.
think I
I don't
played
think I
that
ever
one.
played it.
There was a Dragonlance Nintendo D&D game.
Wow.
It
That
was,
was. I mean, that was a
fucking
long.
horrible. It was horrible.
D&D games, video games have never done really well. Baldur's Gate did okay. The second, I mean, the third one that just came out, it's still to be determined. Same with the new the one you were talking about with Drist and Caddy Bree and
yeah.
all of them.
Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance. Thank you. Because I mean, that's a. Is it a reimagining or a sequel? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I mean, D&D games have never done really well because their fan base don't want to play. Thank you. Their fan base doesn't want to play a video game. They think they do. They don't. They need to stop trying to make D&D video game. And they can take the lore all they want, but same with the movies. Like I really hope the movie does really well. I don't have, unless they really go with the campiness.
You just blew my mind just you saying that, because it's like, you're right. Any fan of D&D, they don't want to play a video game. They don't want to watch a movie. They want to play fucking D&D.
Yep.
And like, we may think that that's what we want, but we don't. We just want to play D&D. So yeah, they should make these video games for people who play video games. They
Hey,
should
well,
make-
you know what? You become a Magic scheduler, and you get to decide everybody's schedules, all right? And then you can talk about it. But I will say,
should
though,
that be the video game right there? Is just
scheduling,
yeah,
scheduler of the game.
event planning, but just to play like it's just some indie
Just trying
game
to
that
get
you
a
can get
kid
on Steam for free, and you're just trying to schedule as many D&D games as possible around everybody else's schedule. That would be Dungeons and Dragons, a video game right there.
Yeah.
If I
The
ever
best-
make-
They're all shift workers, and they work in food service.
Right.
You're fucked.
I will say though
The
that
best-
Baldur's Gate 3, it's fun, but I fucking hate having spell slots. Like spell slots in a video game is the dumbest fucking thing ever, and I hate it so
Yeah,
much.
it doesn't make
I also hate the rolling to see if something works. I hate that too. I realize that now. Like I get it. I understand it was a mechanic back in the day with like KOTOR 1 and 2. It was a D20 system, but I didn't have to witness it fail. It was determined. And the fact that I can witness it fail, I'm just like, I hate this. I really don't like this.
Baby, don't show it to me.
Exactly. Like if it's gonna fail or pass, if it's randomly determined, whatever. Just don't show me. Just don't give me the hope, or like that it might pass.
The best Dungeons and Dragons video game I ever played was Dragon Age.
Okay, that's not D&D, but also
It
It is,
I love Dragon Age.
but it's not.
It's
totally
high
is.
fantasy. It's high fantasy. I mean, and when we get when we
Fractions,
if we're if
character creation and the way the powers work and all that kind of stuff.
okay,
It's-
if we're getting into that, then it's all technically Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to hear our opinions on that, we do have a Lord of the Rings podcast that go into extensive detail about how D&D is just Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That's
D&D
No,
is just
that's-
Lord of the
that's
Rings,
fair.
but with more flavor. Well, not flavor as in lore, but flavor as in, ooh, that's spicy.
Oh yeah, you can taste it. I
Why is it
love
milky?
Dragon Age. I love Dragon Age so much.
Yes.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best series of games of all time, and I'm so excited for Dragon Age 4. Oh man!
If you like Dragon Age, you might actually like D&D 4th edition.
yeah,
And
Well,
like
okay.
the fourth edition, you know what you'd love is Neverwinter Nights, an MMO that you can download for free and play.
That's true.
If you like Neverwinter Nights, let me tell you about a game called World of Warcraft.
Oh shit!
Goodbye, Hawkins. We'll
I
never
was
see
gonna
you
say,
again.
if you like World of Warcraft, let me introduce you to this game: shoveling your cash into a burning dumpster fire.
And
If you like that,
That's
let me tell
worth
you
it.
about all the books that this Wizards of the Coast company have called Dungeons and Dragons. Oh shit, it's gone
Yeah.
full
if
circle.
you like shoveling your cash away, keep in mind that Critical Role is putting out all kinds of new merch on
Yeah,
their
yeah,
Critical
there
Role
you go.
store, and they are doing charitable events that you can donate to, which I'm sure you could go and check out yourself.
Hashtag
Yeah.
not a sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody.
Hashtag-
I would fucking love it if they were.
God damn, I would suck Critical Role's dick so hard if they sponsored us.
Collectively,
Hear that, Matt
you know,
Mercer?
honestly,
Fuck
I
you,
would
and
just,
he
I
will.
too would suck Critical Role's dick.
yeah, I was gonna say I would do that without the sponsorship. Like,
Is that a guild decree or from you,
Feel
Hawkins?
free. I would suck Critical Role's dick. Oh,
I thought there was
Their collective
only one decree that could
Oh
happen.
no, one per person.
One
one
per
per
oh yeah, one per person,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah,
Everybody
you
gets
got one in the chamber. Oh, that wasn't a real guild decree. I didn't slam on the table, so we're good. I would still do it.
Fantastic. But I mean, speaking of, if you like shoveling your money into a dumpster fire, then you'll love the now new book that Wizards of the Coast is putting out about the Feywild.
Get the fuck
Are
out
they
of here.
really?
Yeah, it's been officially announced. Rick is now
You
throwing
okay?
his chair.
Stop taking my money, please.
Because
Well,
I was
that's-
just reading something because I was trying to find like Fey lore, and I'm like, man, why has nobody done this? And like, I found an article. It's like Critical Role, the topic. Oh, we're terrible at this. They were talking about like Dungeons and Dragons has never done any kind of Feywild lore, but here's some other options that you can use. And I went and looked into these, and I think there's have a ton of things in my shopping cart. Glad I didn't buy them because if this is going to be a thing, fantastic. Shit, when is that? Oh fuck!
Hold on.
There's gonna be a
I'm
thing
looking
about
up
that
now. Maybe that was just for Unearthed Arcana. Hold on. I have to hold on. Before I make a real ass of myself. I know it's already been done. It's fine.
It is Unearthed Arcana, Folk of the Feywild. But I
Okay,
mean, Unearthed
yeah.
Arcana, like that's how Ghost Assault March happened. I mean, all of this.
Yeah, Unearthed Arcana is just a beta test. Like it's
Yeah, that's fair.
give it a.
Owl folk, rabbit folk.
Though,
I mean, look at all. You got that new.
So
Raven-
here's what I was thinking of. They're releasing a new book called The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is a Feywild adventure. That was
Oh, I mean, that's
sorry.
also.
Still-
I mean, I'm sure that's going to be a compendium of some sort.
Yeah,
Still-
I don't really get the adventures because I don't ever get a chance to run adventures for
Sure,
people.
yeah.
So
I
hell, with-
fucking do.
Well, with the-
Take more of my money.
that I'm actually hopefully going to be running stuff. Maybe I could get some new players and sit them down and actually take them through the adventure books that I have. But the source books that they put out, though, the Ravenloft book they just put out, the Theros book, which, oh my god, I'm still horny over.
Tasha's golden of everything. Oh yeah.
Oh,
God.
my
Cauldron of
god.
is the best thing to come out of D&D since D&D.
I firmly agree with that.
Is it
I firmly
Tasha's?
agree. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it: Rangers still suck.
They didn't used to though. They used to be
I
so
I got it. I'm once again. I got to disagree, man. The Swarm Rangers.
Look,
Oh god
I
damn it, Swarm Rangers.
I played a Gloomstalker Ranger, where the one shot that we were in, where we were in a dungeon. So of course there's fucking no light, or you require dark vision. So I'm invisible to everyone. It was amazing, and I loved it. But the Rangers are generally very situational. Now, Tasha's did add instead of like the favored foe, they now have the whatever that are the optional rules for it, which helps it a lot. But
Swarmkeeper, I'm telling you, Swarmkeeper is nasty. It is nasty.
We'll just have to do a one shot.
Where we're all
called
Rangers?
Oops, All Rangers. Yeah.
No, I'm down with that. I'm so
God
down with
damn
that.
it! No, we have to do the Joe Cat one first, where we're all clerics and we're called the Amen.
Nice.
Wow.
I have been wanting to do one shots or even whole campaigns of where we just choose one class.
Yeah.
Like everybody's
Oops,
like,
all
okay,
bards.
this time we're going to do the all rogue one. But the all rogue one would be fucking fun.
Dude, an all rogue one would be, you want to talk about nasty. Like,
Man.
oh, hey, oops, we're all skill monkeys.
Mm-hmm. I call the crossbow
We all have expertise in sneak.
Everything.
Speaking
Yeah.
of, who do you think's going to be the rogue in the next campaign?
Travis. Yeah.
Are we sticking with Luke though?
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Because if
He's not
Travis
gonna be
is
Luke.
going, whoever plays the rogue has to play Luke.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luke has to be in the next season.
Is that your
in the next-
decree?
You know what? Yes. Yes. Guild,
All right, say it.
Make it official.
Guild decree. Luke Bernardo needs to be in campaign 3.
Wow. There we go.
That's a
Said it.
player character.
You hear that, Matt Mercer? Fuck you.
Fuck!
Oh,
That's a-
wait. Yeah, you didn't say as a player character. Wow. Damn it. Curse you, Matt Mercer. It's
You know
blame
what?
everything on Matt Mercer.
That's actually the perfect waste of a guild decree then. Because he comes back to curse you, Matt Mercer!
All right. Guild decree. Always blame Matt Mercer.
Great. And since we're at pretty much at the 2-hour mark, and I only got one left, Guild decree. Fuck you, Matt Mercer, unless you ever start the One Casters Guild, in which case you're cool.
right.
And we'll collectively suck your dicks.
Collectively, yes.
Collectively, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Can Travis be there?
And all of you, not just Matt. Especially Matt, but all of you.
Yeah.
We can work out a round robin situation.
Yeah.
Call me
Yeah,
Travis.
I've seen it. Call me Travis.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Roll credits.
always Sunny in Forgotten Realms happens.
The gang sucks critical roles dicks.
No, man, I'm never gonna do that. They totally did.
Wow. Can you really top that? Oh, well, Anthony
mean-
can top anything, but, you know,
They
You're
could
dead
talk
for a
to
reason.
them.
Well, you can certainly try.
You're right.
Yeah.
Baron, you want to go ahead and wrap us up? Put a bow on this thing?
It's a topping.
Wait, wrap up. I thought we were going in raw.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rules as written, you fucking dirty jerks.
rules as written.
Oh, well, as you can tell, Critical Role has had a profound impact on D&D as a whole, as we have proven time and time again that we can take Critical Role and turn it into any other D&D conversation and then bring it right back. They're we joke, but I think that they're great people. I don't think I'm going to get much of a argument from anybody on this table, at least. And if you haven't watched anything, at least go and watch their little sum up videos that they've been doing. It's a great story. It's great inspiration for any of us that are running games, any of us that are playing games, and I really, really hope that their impact and their influence on this hobby of mine that I love so very much keeps growing, and good things keep happening to them. And they keep doing the show until Ronan gets to play as well.
Oh, that'd be great.
If anybody liked what you guys had to say and they want to find you somewhere else on the internet, where could they do that?
Yeah, so we are. I'm the Anthony, the Disco Daddy on the socials. We are part of a community that we're building of content creators around the nerd community, where we are the Phantom Encounter Table, or Project FET for shorts.
life.
Yeah, it's not a sex thing, but as this conversation has kind of shown, it's definitely not. but yeah, we're building a whole bunch of awesome content for you. And I mean, Josh, if you want to tell them about the podcast that we're one of the content creations initiatives.
Yeah, so Anthony and I are working on a podcast, currently still recording, called Pair and Back Again. It is it sure is a thing that is happening.
Yeah, it's cursed with unfortunate knowledge. So essentially, we take your favorite things and make you kind of hate them, but not in a way that you expect. So if you want to come find us on the Discord. I'm sure it'll be linked down in the doobly-doo, as well as some of our other socials. And hopefully by the time we get this up and running, you can join in the Goblin Brigade and join in on the fuckery.
So thank you
On
both. Thank you both so much for being on. You can find links to all that stuff in the description down below. Email us at castersguild@gmail.com with any suggestions, questions, and find us on all the socials. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
And Travis Wilmingham, call me, please.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.